So should we get into it? Let's get into the finalists.
Yeah, LCV, it's a different category, and it's an important category as well, because the MIA, sales category, company that looks after the sales in New Zealand, categorises cars as passenger vehicles and LCV. So we probably as buyers would just throw everything in together, utes as well as passenger cars and everything, because so many of us use utes as our passenger family vehicles. Yep. But technically there is a differentiation, and LCV is that differentiation for utes and vans. Now, obviously, we've still got the Ford Ranger leading up sales for 2023 in New Zealand. So that's such a strong vehicle to continue on and carry on. So Ford Ranger is our first finalist in the LCV category.
And of course, last year they were our overall winner.
Overall outright winner, yeah. It was very close last year, but the Ford Ranger did win it. So it had its major updates last year. Nothing really as major this year in terms of the Ranger to actually speak of, but that probably talks about its strength and its abilities. It's such a all-encompassing vehicle. It's an easy thing to actually use as a passenger, ironically, as a passenger vehicle. The improvements are great, from the tailgate to the infotainment to the seating to the engines. There's such a variation and range of engines, from the 2-litre twin turbocharged to V6s, petrols, diesels, and of course the Raptor as well, the all singing and dancing Raptor, which is just an awesome package. So it would be remiss of us to not include last year's outright winner into it. And Ford Ranger does it again, so it's back. Will it take out LCV? Will it take out overall again?
And that's the way you should buy a car too. Isn't that the rule, that you let it come out for a year first, they iron out a few bits and pieces, and then the next one's actually the one to buy? Do we do that with cars like we do with phones?
Geez, sounds a bit old-fashioned, Sam.
Okay.
What kind of phone have you got? Bet you've got the latest phone.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
but that's right. It's a tool of my job, you know? Our next finalist for LCV.
Yeah, so that's a nice segue into the Volkswagen Amarok, which, as we all know, is a Ranger underneath. It's got the Ranger powertrains, it's got the Ranger platform. But the thing that we love so much about the Amarok is Volkswagen has taken that Ford base and they've turned it into something quite different. It's very much Volkswagen in character. Nothing that you can see on the outside is shared with Ranger. I know they're a very similar profile, and you know there's not a huge amount you can do with a two-box ute, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it's all unique to Volkswagen. The interior is unique to Volkswagen. It's even got Volkswagen-specific seats. Yeah. And they've tweaked the chassis to make it drive a bit more like they think an Amarok should drive.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting vehicle. It's quite a different lineup to Ranger. They've still got a workhorse, so you can have it like a working Amarok ute if you want. That's called the Life.
And that would bring it back to a more comparable price point, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that's not a huge amount more expensive than Ranger. There's a Style, which is sort of like their Wild Track equivalent, I suppose. And there's two really special ones. There's the Pan Americana and the Aventura. One's kind of really dressy, kind of off-roady, and the other is a sort of urban-focused road thing. And they look really cool. They're both dressed to kill, and they just look fantastic.
Nice.
The trucks.
Right, two finalists, and the third.
Peugeot Partner. So this is a van, so it's not all about utes.
Yeah.
And the Partner is like an urban delivery van, so it's quite a small thing. It is a great van. As a light commercial, it's fantastic. It's really practical. It's super spacious. It's got tons of really practical features. They have a thing called a multi-flex option for the cabin, which includes all sorts of seat folding and load-through features. But the other thing we really love about the Partner, remembering that it's going to be driven by people who are in town all day, zipping around doing like urban deliveries, it's based on a car platform. It's got car powertrains. It's got the 3-cylinder 1.2-litre engine, which we know and love from a whole bunch of Peugeot and actually Opel vehicles. And you can also get a full electric version. Yeah, so it's just great choice. It's a neat little thing. It's just fun. I mean, I drove one. I've driven both the petrol and the electric, drove them both around town for a week. Absolutely loved it, just using it as my car.
It's so funny you say that. My dad, he had to get his Toyota Land Cruiser service recently. They gave him a van. And he's like, I don't know why I don't own a van.
No, vans are awesome.
Vans are awesome. Is that the only car in our whole competition this year with sliding doors as well?
Probably.
Yes, we got one in.
If that's a priority for you,
for me.
Which it seems to be.
Yeah, it is. I like a good sliding door. Right, three finalists. Congratulations, Ford, Peugeot and VW.